Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers potentially trading for Herb Jones. It would be an interesting trade for the Lakers, but it's been reported by Brett Siegel, NBA insider, that the Lakers and the Warriors are making a hard push to potentially trade for Herb Jones as soon as possible. And I think that's not, very surprising. These are two teams that I think have not been as good defensively as you thought. I mean, it's not surprising to me that the Lakers are playing poor defensively. Just nothing about the Lakers says it's going to be a team that you're scared of defensively. I mean, they've got some good defenders. Marcus Smart is a good defender. And you know what? From time to time, Luka will give you some good defense. I think Reeves is decent defensively. And when you've got LeBron out there, he's decent defensively as well. Vanderbilt's a good defender. I just don't think they're a championship level threat of defense. And the Warriors, looking at them, I thought they were going to be a much better defensive team. They've not been great. I mean, they have the talent. You've got Draymond. I think Gary Payton II is great as well defensively. And, so they have some talent defensively, but just those are two teams that have really struggled defensively. And I think a guy like Herb Jones could really help. That's a great lockdown defender right there, averaging a steal and a half per game this year, and just a really good defender. He's also shooting 37% from the three this year, averaging 10 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. I think he'd be helpful to both of these teams, Lakers and Warriors. The team that I think needs him the most out of these two teams are the Golden State Warriors. That's the team I think that might try to make a more harder push for Jones out of these two teams. Because you really look at it, Herb Jones could be like the Draymond Green replacement. Keep in mind, Herb Jones has a lot left on his contract. He's got another 4 years left on his deal outside of this season. So, Draymond Green, the most I could see him playing is 2 more seasons after this season. It wouldn't shock me if Draymond retired after next season. But, Herb Jones' contract takes you to potentially 2 or 3 years after Draymond Green's retirement. So, or I don't know about 2 or 3. It takes you, I think Herb Jones' contract takes you to probably 2 years after Draymond Green's retirement. And I think that's a good Draymond Green replacement right there. He is a great defender. Now, I don't think he brings the great value of offensively that Draymond brings, but I think right now, Herb Jones is a better defender than Draymond is right now. Now, prime Draymond, that's an argument. I think prime Draymond Green, from like that 2000, from 2015 to 2018, Herb Jones is not a better defender than that Draymond Green, but this Draymond Green that you're seeing this year and the last couple years, even though he is good defensively, I think Herb Jones is a better defender at this moment. But he still helps them defensively. Also, he's a good 3-point shooter, so that can work out too. And I think he'd help the Warriors rebounding wise. So that's why I think he's a better fit for the Warriors. Or he's needed more in the Warriors than the Lakers. But I think the Lakers could use a good defender like Jones too. I think J.J. Redick has had his complaints about the Lakers' defense so far this season, and that would be a great addition for them to, add in some defense. I think you trade a player in this deal, I think, it's not going to, in this potential trade talk, it's not going to be, you can't throw up names like expiring contracts like Maxi Kleber and Gabe Vincent and expect a deal to be done. The Pelicans aren't going to want to take guys like that, especially when they've got a guy like Herb Jones who's got 4 years left on his deal. So it's not going to be a Maxi Kleber or Gabe Vincent heading off in this deal. I think you're looking at, most likely, in this trade, Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Knecht, and a first-round pick headed to New Orleans for Herb Jones. And I think that is perfectly fine being that worth for Herb Jones. Because this is a guy who's an amazing defender, good 3-point shooter, and he's got 4 years left on his deal outside of this season. So I think when you've got a player, when you've got 2 dynamic scorers like Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, you want to be a championship team with 2 scorers like that. You need your good defenders out, next to those 2 guys. You need to have your good defenders to step up next to those 2 guys. And Herb Jones could be that guy for the Lakers. So I think he'd be a great addition. I think the cost is going to cost you. Like, you're going to have to give up Dalton Knecht in a first-round pick and probably Jared Vanderbilt, And that's not crazy to think. I mean, and I don't think the Lakers would have a problem with it. They were willing last year to give up Dalton Kennett in a first round pick for Mark Williams. So I don't think it's that crazy to think they wouldn't be willing to give up Vandy alongside Kennett and a first for Herb Jones. Because I think all around player, I think Herb Jones is a better player than Mark Williams. Just because I think Herb Jones, I think, is more reliable staying healthy. Mark Williams is just, he's a great player when he's out there. Absolute great player when he's out there, but he just could not stay healthy. You guys give me your thoughts on the potential trade for Lakers in the comment section, and peace out.